Okay, have you seen this yet? Check this out. This is one of the most in-demand frameworks to learn if you are a developer, solutions architect, or you just want to ensure your team is using the best cloud technology. But first, what exactly is the AWS Well-Architected Framework? It consists of 6 key pillars, one being security, reliability, performance efficiency, cost optimization, sustainability, and operational excellence. The AWS Well-Architected Framework is a way to provide consistent approach for customers and partners to both evaluate architectures and also implement scalable designs. This is something that is super in demand from both an employer looking to see if someone that they're hiring has these skill sets and this knowledge about this framework, and then also too when you are on a team, if you are looking for a promotion, upskill, or continue to build out your team, this framework is essential to stand out. I'm going to really dive into operational excellence and also to reliability. But before we do that, let's look at each individual pillar to give you a really big sense of what exactly this framework is about. Let's start with security, which essentially is the ability to protect data, systems, and assets. So it of course includes confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Then we have performance efficiency, which is the ability to use computing resources efficiently. This could include things such as selecting the right resource type and sizes, reviewing to continually optimize, and also to monitoring performance. Next up is cost optimization pillar, which essentially focuses on avoiding unnecessary costs. Key topics from spending over time, controlling fund allocation, and selecting resources of the right type and quantity. Then we have sustainability, which is all about minimizing the environmental impacts of running cloud workloads. Key topics such as shared responsibility for sustainability, understanding the impact that these technologies and what we are working with has with sustainability, and also to maximizing utilization to minimize required resources and reduce downstream impacts. And then we have the two that we're really going to dive into, which is the operational excellence pillar and the reliability pillar. And here's why these two are so important. Now, for me, one of the best ways to really understand something is through a real-world example. So let's use this example of Acme Corp. Acme Corp runs a mission-critical e-commerce application on AWS and sees significant spikes in traffic during the holiday season. And of course, in order to maintain high reliability and uptime during these peak periods, it's up to Acme's DevOps team to employ several techniques. The first being operational excellence. Detailed CloudWatch dashboards and alarms are configured to monitor key application metrics due to latency, error rates, and traffic. This gives real-time visibility into issues. All system components are fully documented and operational runbooks are defined for rapid incident response. Now let's go to reliability. The application is deployed across, say, multiple zones using auto-scaling groups and elastic load balancers. Regular load tests are conducted using a tool like, say, Testable, to validate the capacity limits. Also too, when it comes to resilience, both the ops excellence and also to the reliability pillars really help achieve that common goal. Resilience is essentially the ability for a system to recover from a failure induced by load, attacks, and failures. And with the AWS Well-Architected Framework, it will essentially help cloud architects build the most secure, high-performing, and resilient infrastructures that are possible for applications. It really provides a consistent approach for everyone to evaluate architectures and have this guidance almost to implement designs that can scale with your application. Anyways, that's like a lot of technical jargon in there, but the point being is they are under a lot of pressure. It's holiday season and they have a ton of traffic coming to their website. So during this holiday peak, the ops team is on high alert and of course monitoring different metrics. Now, once the holiday season has come to an end, the team is able to review the operational data that they have gathered throughout this really high stressful time to identify potential improvements for next year's peak to understand what they could do better for the future. Additional dashboards can be created and the runbooks updated to incorporate these learnings. So essentially, by leveraging something like AWS services and well-architected best practices, Acme is able to really optimize reliability and operational excellence, tying it all back together again. This is a real-world example that I really like. I need a visual storytelling aspect when I'm learning something new. And when I was going through each pillar in this framework, this really helped me understand it by thinking, how would a real company utilize this framework? How would they implement these different pillars? And that really brought it all together for me, if you will. Okay, but here's another example of both reliability and operational excellence. This really helped me as well. When you think reliability, your architecture should be like a rubber band. It should be flexible, but also able to bounce back from getting stretched. Then, when you think operational excellence, your operations should run like, say, a Swiss watch, finely tuned with all parts working together. So what exactly can someone expect to make in salary or compensation when it comes to having these skills and having this knowledge for the AWS Well-Architected Framework? Is it something that you should put on your resume, that you can share with your employer? Well, I kind of alluded to that earlier, that yes, this is very important and it will help you stand out. Cloud is continuing to rise at such rapid numbers for being in demand for such large companies that really any skills revolving around cloud is such a way to stand out. Now, I went to Levels FYI, which as many of you know is one of my favorite websites when it comes to salaries and total comp, mainly because it's accurate. It is literally through connecting with employees, them sharing data, they have to back up that data, those numbers. And let's go into Levels FYI right now. Let's click on DevOps, because DevOps is something that would utilize this framework quite a bit. Now, as you can see here, under DevOps, the total median comp is 145,000 US. So we can go here and see view jobs. And I mean, a lot are significantly higher than that. And one of the things with Levels FYI I really like too is that they do it based on location, based on company, but overall, it's a good salary, I gotta say. DevOps is where it's at, and this is a great way with this framework to really help you stand out because it is a very competitive industry. Now, let's talk about promotions. Doing something like this, gaining this knowledge around this framework is a great way to not only put on your resume when you are job hunting, but also to help you with a promotion. I know a lot of you are really big on getting certificates or continuing to learn and upskill as we continue to see how quickly tech is moving and transforming. We need to stay on top of it. And this is one of the most in-demand frameworks to have an understanding of, to really have a deep sense of, not only from a hiring standpoint, as I mentioned, but also to being able to work on a team and utilize these skills and this knowledge. All right, I hope you enjoyed going through this video with me sharing more about the AWS Well-Architected Framework. It's one of those things that, for me anyways, if it wasn't for some of my friends working at AWS and really being immersed in tech on a day-to-day basis, I wouldn't even potentially know about this framework, or that I can take this online. By the way, it's 90 minutes in length. It's really not that much of a commitment in time. I wanted to share it with you because I know so many of you are really focused on leveling up, upskilling, and many of you are interested in areas of tech that are growing rapidly. One of them being cloud. And this goes hand in hand with that, whether you are interested in cloud or maybe interested in software development, DevOps, however you are growing your career. As we know, continuing to level up, it's never a bad thing. And I thought this was a really fun way to go through a specific course, a specific program. Let me know if you enjoyed it, any questions you have. Oh yes, and of course, I linked down below the AWS Well-Architected page, so make sure to go check it out and learn more about how it can help you in your career journey. Also, leave in the comments if you have taken this before, your thoughts on it, and if it helped you level up in your career, in your skill set, all of the above. All right, I'll see you all soon. Thanks, everyone.